because I want to show you guys that these people um, that are in the industry that have been with Universal Music Group and for a very long time, they were mimicking my own family, my dad. From the time that I was 14 and Sean, what's his last name? Carter? Jay-Z. He came to our house and he wanted to do a song, and he didn't have anything. They was like, a girlfriend of mine was like, he raps. I was like, oh, he does. What's rap? Okay, let him try to see if we could do a song together. I didn't know what rap was. Actually, I had done a song with someone, and another person was rapping on it. But let me tell you guys this. Why I'm looking at videos on my phone, getting ready to go to sleep because I'm tired. I've been working 6 days a week, and still haven't got nothing, no response from Universal. Why looking at the phone, and Sean Puffy, his videos come up. And he's in the office with a phone, and he slams stuff down talking about I got to have what I want or something he's saying. Okay. You guys, first of all, that phone was stolen out of my father's office off of, what do you call that? Vernon, and between Crenshaw and what was it? Crenshaw and Arlington? I can't remember. I can tell you the street right off of the corner of it. Crenshaw, it was right there on Vernon. What was it? 1500 Vernon? 1700 Vernon? I can't remember, but it was a little small office. Somebody broke the window, and I know my brother worked there too, and my cousin worked there, and I worked there as a Girl Friday. Hey guys, I got to tell y'all about this. So I'm looking at the videos on YouTube, and where Puff slams down the phone and says, I got to have everything I want. Why my father's phone comes out of my memory? The phone that he's with there. I'm like, how did he get that phone, my father's phone? And then I remembered my father's office because I was a Girl Friday there. And I was 20. Was it 20? I might have been, yeah. I was 20 years old, and I was a Girl Friday at my father's company. Why I look, and his office had got broken into. But look, that was not just my father's office. That was a office for a man that my father was the president of the company, because my father always did work. Even out of prison, he came and did he was presidents of companies, okay? People had him as president, and they be the CEO. But why he and somebody broke into the office, and they stole a phone. And my father said, I don't understand why they would steal a phone. I said, I know why they would steal a phone. Because they want to sell it, or they want to pretend like they somebody else. Then, okay, let me tell you, the people that worked there, they were people that were out of Universal Music Group. They were like over because I did all my music when I was like 14. They were on over Universal Music Group, and they were over the artists, A$AP Rocky, Merlin Santana, Chris Brown. They would have me go get them, because mind you, I'm the Girl Friday. All I do was work there. They would have me go and pick all these guys, youngsters up, and I was only like 21 or 22, and take them to their um class, right? Boy, bye. And then girl, whatever you are. And so I wanted to tell you guys this. So I ended up they broke into the office. All they did was knock the, and mind you, it's a little bitty tiny corner of an office, and it has a I know y'all know what I'm talking about if y'all from LA. It had a gas not a gas station, a car wash on the side of it. If y'all know what I'm talking, y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't remember the address. 2000 West Vernon Avenue. I can't remember. But it's gone now. It's gone now. They got something else there. But somebody broke into the office, and I'm like, who would take a phone? And my father was like, it's no problem because they probably think I did it. That's what my father said. They probably think I did this, but everything was insured. I'm sitting up here watching this video, and I go, what is he doing with my father's phone? How did he get my father's phone? And then I remember they came to our house, because my father he's very intelligent, and he knows how to do things. You could ask many people he worked with. He had a business, and he worked for Geffen. That's how I got started. And then he had thank you. And then he would fix things. He could fix things. He could sew. He could refurbish stuff. He could do all kind of stuff. But let me tell you this. So I'm like, he throws everything down. What I'll have to have everything I have. I have to have everything I want. That's what Puff said on his video. I'm looking at the thing like I blinked. You know how you when something throws down and it's something near something that's dear to you, you kind of squint. I kind of squinted, and I'm like looking around, and they're like, "Why I'm squinting?" I'm just looking through my phone at this guy, and why I noticed that my father's black phone is on the left, where he puts it on the hook, and it falls off, and he puts it back. Why? How he get my father's phone? Somebody around him has broken into our house plenty of times, and now I know it was him. Now I know it was him. Because the person that he was at house in Carson is my father's cousin. The house that is around the corner from my other cousins, that's on my mother's side, or at least they say they're on my mother's side. And the man he was at the house, they are that's on my father's side. He at that man's house. I'm thinking that's his stepfather and all this stuff, right? He at that man's house. They broke into my father's office way on the other side of town. And I'm talking about in the boondocks. It is nothing there. It is nothing over there off of Vernon. Now, check this out. My friend, that was in 70, I'm going to tell you, I was 20 years old. So that was like in 78, something like that. Now he took the phone, you guys. He took the phone. Whoever it was took the phone out of the office. And that's it on that Puffy video. Go look at it. You guys, why this man got my father's phone that was stolen out the office? Let me tell you what they were doing. They asked my father, did he want to be on? They were taking, no, they didn't ask him, did he want to be on? They said, well, we're just taking, pictures of prominent men in California, basically. My father was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm all right. I'll dress nice and all this stuff. No, you just wear your regular wear. They spliced the video of my father in that video. My father gone up to heaven now. My father in heaven. But they spliced the video of Puff. If you look at it, it's spliced. It is spliced. That video has, I wish I could pull it up. That video has my dad. That video has my dad phone in it. And they spliced my father in the video. I'm trying to see if I could get it up. If y'all don't believe me. You could see on the video that it's spliced though. Okay? So let me show you guys this. I could not believe it. I'm like, how he... And look, mind you, we've been watching this video of him over, what, how many months now? Almost 2 years? We've been watching that video of him. I got to have everything that I want. We've been watching that video for well over a year. And I just caught it. I'm like, that's my father's. That's my father's phone. How did he get that? Oh, the video splice. Because they asked my dad to put the phone, to pretend like he was talking on the phone and hang up the phone. And the phone came off the hook and hung it up. So I know he had my father. He had my father spliced into his video. I'm telling you, you guys, they were doing that, trying to Puff, to make y'all think Puff is this intelligent, good-looking guy and all this stuff. They were lying. That was his woman in there doing that. She was trying to get him a job, and he was never even around. He wasn't even around her, and she was trying to get him a job. I kid you not. He said, I got to have everything I want. And that was it. I actually saw my own father's phone. And my father would have like car phones and things like that when we're riding from Carson, California, all the way. And our house had been broken into. I look out the window and see Jay-Z walking out the house next door that my father had bought for Robin Fenty's father and they family. Oh, and let me tell you this, y'all, before I forget. So remember I told you, Robin Fenty, that's my cousin. I'm like, she was saying, her father was saying he was my cousin. Was our cousin. That's what he was telling my father. So my father was like, oh, you know what? I'm finna buy this house. I'm gonna buy you the house the next door. You know, buy your family the house next door. You guys, my father buys him the house. Later on, my father finds out that this man is trying to sell the house. But listen to this, y'all. Ain't enough of y'all on here. It ain't enough of y'all on here. But let me tell you this, because it'll replay. I look out the window one day and see the house and Jay-Z walking out the house. He a grown man now, mind you. I'm 14. He just did umbrella with me at my house. He walking out the house next door. So my thing was, what is this guy coming out the house next door for? My mother's brother. Did he just knock somebody off over there? What? What did he do there? He was walking out, had his leather coat on, he was leaving. I'm like, that's weird. That's before his dad, them Keefy D, them came after my father, right? Then they come after my father. They came after the guy that was the manager of our building, who was a prominent guy, young guy, about 5 feet tall. They start letting off guns off on him. But let me tell y'all this, before I forget. Why he... I hate when I do this. I go and I'm looking, I'm like, you know what? Everywhere I go, I'm trying to look. As I got older, I started looking under Ancestry.com. I started looking under, you know, anything and when the internet came out, I tried to look under anything that would show that he was related to us, right? That Robin Fenty's dad was, and it was related to my mother. And why? Because he came to my house right before my mom was knocked off. He came to our house and said somebody was after him. So I'm assuming, and my dad is assuming too, that the guy is related to my mother. And I'm like, this little girl looks like me. You know, she looks like me. So they would ask me to babysit. I would go and uh uh be okay. I'll babysit, and I would teach them my songs and things like that. Okay, I was 14. I told them, I said, you know what, you guys, I go to work every day and I clean up this building. It's my father's company. You know, they're trying to look like we were maids or something. No, we owned the company that my father had. And we would go over there and we would do the company coastline building services. Yeah. So that was on Vernon Avenue. They broke into it and stole my father's phone. Broke into the business, and it's on Puff's video. God is my witness. They stole the phone out of the thing, and he got it in the office that he's in. Yeah. So I wanted to tell y'all this. I'm looking, I'm like, you know what? I can't find anybody that knows Robin Fenty's, not Robin Fenty, but the Fentys. I don't know. You know, maybe he's named after his mother. I don't know, cause I thought he had the same mother as my mother. He wouldn't come up on my ancestry, so I'm like, why this man won't come up on my ancestry? He's related to us. Somebody tells me, they say, girl, do you know that I gotta do my hair? I'm sorry, y'all. They say, girl, do you know that I was looking up on, my ancestry page, and they say the name Fenty, whatever it was, came up, and I'm like, really? Yeah. But it's not on my side of the family. It's on my cousin's side of the family. Evidently, it was on my cousin's daddy's side of the family. And she's on their mother's side of the family. She said it came up on my cousin's daddy. He came up with the cousin, with her cousin's daddy, who had got knocked off. That's where the name Fenty came up. And he had like some diamond kind of company or whatever. He would sell like fake jewelry. Instead of people wearing real jewelry everywhere, they would wear like fake jewelry and knockoffs and stuff, right? He said instead of using that kind of having that kind of stuff around, they had fake jewelry, and somebody ended up knocking him off. Mind you, now I'm in my 30s or so. I seen Jay-Z walk out the house next door where my dad bought both houses, and Ronald Fenty was trying to sell the house. My father found out he was trying to sell the house that my father bought him, thinking he was my mother brother. Jay-Z walks out the house. Next thing you know, that was at 14. At 18, the brother gets knocked off. Fenty goes to prison for it because they said he did it. But he didn't go under his name. He went under my father's name. And they kept saying, your father had something to do with this. I'm like, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? So later on, when I had to report this whatever was going on, I asked this friend if they could look up and bring my father's record to me, right? Now, at 14, they broke into my father's office, and they got the phone right there on the on P Diddy's video. Yeah, they got his phone, and I'm like, how did he get his phone? Because my father would like buy phones and car phones and insert them himself and stuff like that, on his in his car. Why this man got the phone Why this man got the phone on his site? Talking about he got to have whatever he want. Yeah, I bet he do got to have whatever he want, because he sure got the phone that was in my father's office. He got the phone that was in my father's office on him. Yep, P. Diddy got it. And I was like, what he doing with my father's phone anyway? You know, I'm thinking, oh, my father had a bunch of what do you call yeah, he took the phone. He took the phone when they broke into the office. Now, mind you, this office is way in LA. Nobody comes over there because it ain't nothing over there but a bunch of old houses. I mean, apartment buildings and old houses. And I mean old houses. Why he end up with my father's phone that was stolen out the office? Now, mind you, now, listen to me. They're giving him all this what you call it? They come to my father's house and it was like, oh, you know what? My father lived in this big old 2-bedroom, 2-bedroom and a den apartment apartment house when we were like 7. I was like 17. They come and ask him, yeah, we'd like to put you in a magazine for some of the well-known people. And he was like, you know what, it don't matter to me, I don't care. Basically, he didn't give a care. They came with cameras and stuff. Why they spliced the video that my father is in, that P. Diddy and talking about, I got to have anything I want. That's my father was in the video, hanging up the phone, but he was standing in another direction. They spliced that video to make it Puff. One thing I know, I'm a daughter. I don't forget nothing that my father do. I do not forget it. I do not forget it. I don't forget. I was drinking some lemon water. But I wanted to let y'all know that he actually stole, or somebody, he got to break into my father's office. He was harassing my father. And on the slide, though, he never did it directly, but he did it, you know. And he always made it seem like somebody else was doing something wrong, and he never was. But how you get so high off of everything, so up on everything, and end up with everything? My father could do 10 times what he could do. If whatever he did, he could do it. My father could do it 10 times better. Why would he end up with all this money? You know why? Because he's messing with that white girl in that doggone Universal Music Group. That's why. And she was trying to get him a job, trying to get Diddy a job. He don't even be with her. And she be trying to get him a job. You know, it's Sean this and Sean that. And I'm thinking to myself, we didn't call him Sean, but I know she ain't talking about this. Girl, go get somewhere. Girl, go get somewhere. Because, girl, no. You would have to be stupid to believe her talking about him. I'm like, where's she seeing him? Nothing. He's stealing. They came and took videos of my father and put him on the video. Put him on the video. And spliced my father out of it. My father is a hell of a man. Nothing like Diddy, and ain't hitting on no women. Ain't beating on women and stuff. This dude, and turned around. I'm going to tell you something else he did. He turned around and helped raise, before he passed, one of Diddy's grandkids. Now, do I have to lie? No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't have to lie. My father was raising Diddy grandkid. Diddy don't even want him. Yeah, he don't even want him. My dad was raising his grandkid. So I wanted to let y'all know that. And then dude is all robbing him and doing all kind of stuff. He robbed my father's office. He spliced himself into videos. And you see they turned around and gave Robin Fenty. I found out she ain't nothing to me, at least not directly. Her father either. They was on a side of a family. I didn't even know them. I didn't even know them. And my father let that man move into, once he sold that house, that he tried to sell that house, my father let him move into a house after that with him. He and had another person. They had 3 floors, and he let that man move into one of the rooms, and the other guy moved into the other room, and my father lived on the 3rd floor. That's cold-blooded, ain't it? And he robbed my father like that. He turned around and robbed me for all my stuff. Talking about it's his daughter. And she ain't nothing. Robin Fenty, she don't come up on my what do you call that? My ancestry. She don't come up on that. The DNA, she don't come up on that. I said this little girl look just like me. She don't come up on, but you know her parents don't look like my parents. That's what's weird. Like her father and her mother don't look nothing like my parents. So why she looks so much like me, I don't know. Yeah. And I gave him, her father, I gave him the okay, you can go on and promote me overseas since y'all gonna go back overseas. He goes over there and gives it to his daughter. All the music that I'm supposed to be giving him. I gave him 3 songs to promote over there. He didn't. He promoted his little child who was like 8 or 9. And Robin is not nothing to me. Robin Fenty, she don't come up on my DNA. She don't come up in my DNA. And I got people that come up in my DNA that are very popular people. Artists, all kinds. Actresses, actors. She never came up. Then I found out that she don't come up on none of my sister's side. She come up on a side of my half sister. We got the same father. Her mother, her cousins. She comes up on my half sister's cousin side. How they find us? Because they ain't never left. That's why. Yeah. That was cold-blooded, ain't it? Then cheating us, stealing from us. He took listen? Do you hear what I'm saying? The phone is a business phone. Okay? It's a big giant square. Well, back then it was. It was like an answering service phone. You could put people on hold. You could use the intercom. He stole it. How did he get it? He never was around my father. How did he get it? Unless he stole it. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. How did he get it? I bet you I go through them videos, I'll find more stuff from my father's. And I bet you anything, somebody done told on him. That's what they did. That's why they went in, busted in his house. They know that is stuff in there that is not his. They know he stole most of that stuff in there. I also seen another thing in there. The tan, it was a tan nightstand. It was like real light oak color. And it was all the way to the right of the video at the bottom. You can see a drawer and you pull out. It's just a roll, like it rolls out. That too. That was in our house. That wasn't in the office. That was in our house. Yep. In our bedroom. My bedroom, matter of fact. It's a lot of stuff that's in that stuff that he did not buy. That phone was ours. How he got it, I don't know, because he ain't never been around my father. And I sure wasn't around him. Yeah. And they had the nerve to splice the video of my father in the video. It's sad. It's sad that I had to go through that kind of stuff growing up. All I wanted to do was be happy. And I couldn't even be happy because my mama was gone and my brother was gone from me. I couldn't even be happy. And then they just tried their best to make it. When I did try to, kind of put myself back on my 2 feet, these old people that were in our life, had been in my mother's and my brother's life when I was a kid, they made it even more difficult, for me to be able to get happy. Don't forget to subscribe, y'all, because I'm like 8 people from getting my 1,000 people. And I'm not going around, sign up for this and all this stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you guys from the bottom of my heart, I'm not paying no subscriber to get me no subscriptions. I'm telling you guys the way it is. They stole out of our house. They stole out of my father's office. And they spliced videos of my father. Not just me. They spliced them of my father. When you splice stuff of people and you try to change them into someone else, you're trying to get rid of them. I know that. That's all the splicing was. And he's in the video spliced of my father. So he was trying to get rid of my father. He couldn't get rid of me fast enough, so he tried to get rid of my father. If not, then why splice you into the video of my father? If he wasn't trying to get rid of my father. He's a dirtbag. He's a dirtbag. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. The video is spliced. He ought to be ashamed of himself. My father was raising his grandson, his granddaughter, because he don't want to take care of his own kids. He got a kid my age, and he don't want to take care of him. He never took care of him. Couldn't even find him. And he got the nerve to sit up there and act like he's something better. If my father wouldn't have been here, that girl would have been into the streets somewhere. Or he'd found another, he would probably tricked and sold her to somebody else. Sold her. I put 2 and 2 together that the girl was Diddy's. Because she wasn't my father's. Because my father did not sleep around. My father had a wife. So why in the world would he possibly do something like that? Years later, he ended up can't even take care of his own kids and grandkids. Yeah. He was splicing my father out of videos. My father was a pilot. He was a pilot when I was in the military, in the Air Force, and he was a pilot when he came home from the Air Force. He put all those little knuckleheads that were selling drugs and all, he put all that behind him. He never hung with them in to start with, but he came and he did his own thing. He did not try to get try to come home and be buddies with none of these guys that's still on the streets. He came and got himself together, started buying up property and stuff and fixing it up. Why they come on to us? They came over to us, and I was the only child at that time. Why they come over to us and start that stuff? Yeah, explain that. I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he did that. He actually spliced my father out of a video. The nerve of this no good guy. And look at his life. He couldn't keep his life in straight for all the tea in China. He couldn't keep his life straight. That's a shame. Y'all don't forget to subscribe. I'm finna upload this video now because I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. But I had to get that out and tell y'all about this guy. He a dirty man. Dirty man. I caught him now. Red-handed. And every time he would like every time I would see that video, I'm like, why I keep coming up? He smashed something, I'd see something fly off of something, and it looked like a phone. And I'm like, it looked like he threw a phone. But then I look to the left, and there's the black phone. That's the splice of my video. My dad puts the phone down on the hook, and it falls down, and he puts it back on there. He spliced that. He not in that. He not in that. They put him in there. All right, y'all. I had to tell y'all that. Don't forget to subscribe. I need 8 more subscribers. But I need a lot of views. So I wanted to tell y'all that. I love every one of you for listening to me. But I have to let y'all know. Y'all got to be careful. And be very careful, you know, of the people that you're around and the people that your children are around. Because like him, he was like breaking into my father's properties. And my dad would own the property. He wasn't renting no property on Vernon. He owned that. He bought that property specifically to start a business in. As people were breaking into it. And now I look up there and see the phone. I'm like, how you get the phone in there? It's a splice video. Because he smashes his phone in there. And then on the side, that's my father hanging up the phone. So they spliced the video, but they stole the phone. They stole the phone when I was 20. No, I was 21. I was the girl Friday. They stole the phone when I was 21, and they came and put my father in this video, and on this on supposedly supposed to been going into this film, this magazine. They came and did that when I was 17. And at 21, they broke into his office. I was the girl Friday. That's how I remembered it. And saw the phone, but the phone is gone. And now it's in his office. Or he claims it's in his office. Yeah. I had to tell y'all that. Okay, let me go. I love to all y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And thank you for listening to me. Talk to you soon. Bye.